Yes, it is Friday night, and that can only mean one thing. Welcome to episode 65 of the Awful Bat podcast. I'm, of course, Chester430, joined, as always, by my co-broadcasters, Hadlington. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, all.
And a very good evening to Shads. Welcome back, mate, and good evening to you as well.
Oh, that music, man. It's really boring now.
We got to change it to something that...
We definitely need something new next season. Definitely.
Yeah. Any suggestions, guys, just throw it in chat and we can get some ideas done for next season. So on tonight's show, we have a review of a very entertaining 4-team tournament at the new Workington track. We, of course, have our Rider of the Week from Mr. Shads. A look ahead to the BGP and SCS taking place at Norwich on Sunday. And, of course, we have the big Week 13 Grand Final first leg preview of the Wolves against the Scorchers. Something to look forward to there for that one. So, without any further ado, we're going to crack on because, as we all saw, the 14 tournaments took place at the new Northside track on Sunday. And we had the semi-final, first of all. And this one saw the Scorchers and the Panthers qualify from the semi-final. And Shad's going to bring it first if I can, mate. A decent showing for you guys, 8 points, and a bit of a humble pie you've got prepared. Oh, do we have Shads?
I'm not meant to shirk his responsibilities, and seeing as Craig is in chat, I need to humbly apologise for slagging off the track. Relentlessly on here, on Facebook, whoever would listen. It turned out to be a tremendous couple of meetings. The racing was superb. What can I say? I was wrong. Whatever he did to the track after we first practiced, it definitely improved it because it was tremendous. One of the most enjoyable meetings I've been in this season, and there hasn't been many, I must admit. Especially racing for the Panthers, it's not been great.
Yeah.
But we were over the moon with third place. To be honest with you, didn't expect it. I mean, we had the second lowest combined average after the Cowboys of the 6 teams. To get to the final and to finish ahead of the Scorchers with their lineup, very happy. I even managed to fiddle a race win from somewhere.
Well, you had 2 of them, Shads, in the semi-final.
Did I?
Yeah, 2 of them.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah.
I was practicing with TJ and Cam earlier in the week, and they were just running rings around me and basically taking the piss. But happy to report that I beat them both in the semi and the final. So that didn't really work for them, but hey ho.
Hadlington, your thoughts on the 14 tournament semi-final?
Nice little bromance going on between them. So I'd watch them too.
Hadlington, your thoughts on the 14 tournament semi-final, because this was a really good semi-final to watch.
Yeah, it was. I said last week on last week's show I'd be cheering for the Panthers in the semi-final. And they got to the final. I was quite surprised Spartans didn't score more than 19. Ryan only getting 3. Westy with 4. So I'm not too sure how much practice they had done. Obviously, as well, you got to mention Cowboys having a guest in the 14 tournament. I mean,
which will never happen again.
Will it not?
Well, the person that did guest certainly was talked about, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, to only have 3 riders available out of 8, it's not. I know we've all got stuff going on, but it's not great, is it? By the looks of it, obviously Bobby didn't look like he did a lot of practice, only scoring 1. But Rico, hats off to him, top scoring there with 9, half their points.
Yeah.
I expected the Scorchers to get through, to be fair. I know Tintin rode there. They were missing Limo and somebody else who I can't think off the top of my head. But 33 points over 16 heat meetings, pretty good, to be fair. No last places as well. So yeah, that definitely. But obviously, as you said, a solid second for the Panthers, all contributing well, all scoring pretty solidly. The one thing I did mention, I don't know if I mentioned it too. I think it's like a bit of deja vu with Heat 13 and 14. The old Camargo.
that old saga again, isn't it? That old saga
situation. I mean, to me, neither team had a reserve, so you should both be excluded.
Well, I got a theory on that. I think Cam only dodged Heat 14 so they wouldn't have to face me. just a theory.
Dear.
I have nothing to back it up though.
Yeah, obviously we know it happens now, and it's kind of the norm now, if you like, to in these meetings. So
yeah,
I mean, it's a bit unfortunate because I bet them, they're probably dying to race against each other properly competitively. So it's a bit of a shame that can't happen, but it is what it is, unfortunately. And neither of them actually. They didn't get through, even despite Rico scoring 9. So
yeah. It's a real it's a real kick in the teeth, really. But hopefully it gets resolved eventually. Because obviously it's not the greatest when, like, you have to share a laptop and then have to then completely jig the program just so you don't get to face each other and use the same laptop.
Yeah. Have you seen Paris just said there in chat about something else? We'll get to that a bit later on.
Well, they did race together early in the season. It might have been in the SCS together. They posted a photo in the chat, didn't they? They used different keys on the keyboard.
I think I remember seeing that. Yeah,
I think they come third and last. So I don't think they're going to try that again.
Yeah. Oh, if I can find that photo, then get it on the Discord page.
It may have been last season, actually.
Possibly.
I think it was last season because Limo was racing in that race, I think.
Yeah.
Sizzler
spot on there. Yeah, spot on there, Sizz.
His wisdom.
Spot on, Sizz. So the Scorchers and the Panthers went through to the grand final, which also took place on the same night. And the Panthers and Scorchers, they joined the Wolves and the Dragons. And this was a very entertaining grand final where the Oxford Dragons took the overall win. Some spectacular racing by everyone in that grand final. Of course, your team as well there, Hads, finishing a very valiant second place. Only one last place, and that was from your captain.
I'll let you tell him
that. He's muted on my screen. He's muted on my screen.
That was in Heat 1, though, to be fair.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. But apart from that, had a great display from your boys, but just coming up short at the end there.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Second place. I was quite surprised the two teams who didn't ride were first and second, to be honest, especially after the Scorchers scored so many points in the semi and only scored 15 in the final. That was a bit of a surprise. But again, obviously credit to Panthers getting the bronze medal as well. They obviously done a bit more work on the track than some of the other teams. And it's obviously, you see there, Stefan was actually taking out his last ride when they'd already won as well.
Yeah.
For Mr. Megaphone.
That was actually planned. We were in the chat and it was like, I said, "Have you ready?" It's like, yeah.
Not another plan. We've got number 8 all over again. Yeah.
But no,
yeah,
go on, Hads.
Yeah, fair play to to Dragons. I mean, Caney, 10 points, 1-0-1-9. I know Deep only got 5, but he got a race win in the second, and Stefan with 2 race wins. So yeah, hats off to the Dragons, and obviously a good silver for Wolves. And I'd say, I mean, at the start of it, who would have picked the Panthers to come third overall? So yeah, fair play to Panthers as well. It's good to see their lads keeping the interest, even though they're not doing that well in the league. So fair play to them.
Yeah, Shads, you were again in the Panthers team. Not as much success in this one as you did in the semi-final. Your thoughts?
No, it was a lot tougher than the semi-final. I've got to admit. Robbie Witcher rode well. I think he messed up in his last race, but no, we were never going to win it. I mean, second was going to be a bit of a stretch. I'd expected Wolves to win it with that lineup, but they came up a bit short. Harris done very well. I think Ads might be a little bit disappointed. But no, Dragons were worthy winners. All their guys stepped up over both, even though they had Dipwood, he's only got him 5 points. Caney was obviously the star man there. 2 wins and 2 seconds. So I think that was probably the difference between the two sides.
Yeah, so it was great to do comms and with Sky. I mean, that was great. I mean, I gotta say, from all the riders that raced semi-final and the grand final, I mean, you guys put on an absolute show on that track. It was, it was so fast paced. I couldn't even keep up. Like one time, I'd say, so like you had Jan in the lead, but then 2 seconds later it was 101, and then literally powers out of nowhere on the inside. It was absolutely superb. And if that's anyone's lead track next season, I doubt there'll be any sort of home track advantage, because everyone will know how to ride it, because it's such a leveler. But yeah, so congrats to the Dragons taking the 4-team tournament. League next. The league next.
It's not actually KO Cup, isn't it? Oh no, you're not in that one, are you?
No, we're not in that. No. Come on, the Scorchers. Cheering on. Shush. Cheering on the Scorchers that night. Let's go for it. There you go. So, with the 4-team tournament in the books, we're going to move swiftly on to the Rider of the Week. And with that, we're going to cross over to Shads for his Rider of the Week. Shads, over to you.
Well, there's only one Rider of the Week. Not a lot to choose from this week, with only being the one meeting to go for. Obviously, no one really stood out who rode in both semi and the final. So I'm going to have to give it to my old Gorzo Rockets teammate, Big Slow Caney. I think he was a difference maker.
Big Slow Caney for the Dragons takes this week's Rider of the Week from Shads there. Good to see my teammate getting the Rider of the Week. So congratulations to you, Big Slow Caney. So with
Wolves moaning, I gave him Rider of the Week 2 weeks running. I don't know what they're
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they'll get it at some stage again.
Next week they will.
Probably, yeah. So with that being said, we're going to move on to our break now. We've gone through the 4-team tournament and Rider of the Week festivities. When we come back after our break, we'll look ahead to round 5 of the BGP and SCS rounds taking place at Norwich, and then look ahead to the grand final first leg between the Wolves and the Scorchers. Sit tight, we'll see you in 2 minutes. Welcome back to episode 65 of the Awful But podcast with Chester 430, Hadlington, and Shads. Now, we're going to switch gears now, chaps, and talk about the upcoming round of the BGP and SCS round taking place at Norwich, the British round of the BGP and SCS. Now, we did the draw last week. We're going to go into detail about the upcoming matches. So first up, we're going to have the BGP. Looking at the draw here that we had last week. Of course, Owen is in place of Racer Ryan, who I believe has actually withdrawn from the rest of the series. So it's a bit of a disappointment for Racer Ryan there, because he was doing okay, but his scores weren't reflecting how his performance went. Hadlington, I believe you have some things to discuss about the running of this event.
Yeah, just as Parry said earlier in the chat about Tank, is actually the wild card for the SCS meeting. As it stands at the moment, Tank won't be running the GP meeting on Sunday. That will be confirmed as soon as possible tomorrow morning, as Limo has offered kindly to step in and do the GP meeting for this round. So Tank can concentrate on the SCS and have a night off, race, and not have to do the meeting and race at the same time.
Yeah, well, I say what a bloke Limo is. Mr. Sizzler said there in chat. So looking at the race card for Sunday, obviously the when we had the draw last week, we saw the Heat 1 had Racer Ryan first out of the box, and the first race he had was going to be him, Craig, Stefan, and Brett Lotka. But the way that Owen's been riding in the league, I mean, it's not a bad replacement for Racer Ryan. So, Hads, I'll start with you first. Which Heat sort of stands out for you in the contents of the meeting?
As you said, the Heat 1. I think Heat 18 will be tasty if points are needed. Squall, Craig, Sizzler, and Paris. I was just trying to look when Owen meets Sizz, to be fair.
Sizz just said, depends if me and Owen get back from the Wolves match at Old Trafford. Could have saved you money there, Sizz.
Oh, you're pushing it now. Also, yeah, we have Ads. Ads is in this round as well. As Bobby is unavailable, so number 50 as well.
Sizzler got censored.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I've never been in Sizz's good books. I don't know why, for some reason. I've never been in his good books. So yeah, again, BGP has always produced some great racing. I'm hearing the track's a bit of a leveler. Your thoughts, Hads?
Not saying anything.
I haven't done too many.
After
I
last
haven't done
week.
too many laps. But yeah, hoping to do some more later on to get a bit more to see a bit more on the line. But yeah, from what I've done, it is a bit of a gate and go at the minute, I think. But we'll have to wait and see if something else or another line comes up. But see what happens.
I think that Baja Blanca track in Argentina is going to be a bit of a leveler as well. That's the penultimate round, isn't it? That's the one after this. Shads, your thoughts on the BGP before we have a look at the league table? Your thoughts on this one? How this one's going to go?
Yeah, it's getting exciting now. He's got the three guys at the top: Sizzler, Paris, and Stefan. Pretty much clear of everyone else. Not many points between them. So I'm looking forward to the three heats. They're actually racing against each other, which is 7, 15, and 18, I believe. They're the ones that are going to be of most interest to me. I've had a few laps with a few of the Panthers guys, and I've been absolutely horrendous around there. So I'm not expecting much. I said that about Northside, and wasn't too bad. But this is a different kettle of fish with some of these riders.
Yeah,
it's score a few points, have a bit of fun. But I'll be interested. I'm more interested as a spectator watching watching how it develops towards the end of the season with 3 meetings left, seeing a new name up the top there, maybe. That time Sizzler won something. So I wouldn't say I'd be rooting for him, but it'd be interesting to see if someone can dethrone Stefan this season, which is going to be very tough because he tends to come well towards the end of the season, come good. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, say looking at the league table of the SCS and looking very, very tasty at the top. Of course, points scored during meetings count towards the overall championship standings. And I see, Shads with Racer Ryan not riding, a decent points for. We'll see you jump up potentially.
I think it's going to be very difficult to get any points on the likes of Cappy and Craig and Squall as well. Squall's not been brilliant, but he's scoring consistently, like averaging about sort of 7-8 points a meeting. So no, it's going to be very difficult. I mean, I've got Mackinnon ahead of me, and Fecky. Don't discount Fecky. Although he's not racing this season, he's not missed around.
Yeah.
So he's obviously making an effort to get into that top 8 for maybe a potential, hopefully, with him and some of the other guys, Swedish guys, potentially coming back into the next season. Maybe not as a Norse rider, but riding in the league, because we have missed some of those guys. I mean, they were great guys to race with and against. Always good for a laugh.
Entertaining. Around to the last few meetings. Had your thoughts on that? Yeah.
I'm just looking forward to putting you in the fence, Dan. To be fair,
it's good. It's good to see at least 3 teams still going for the league title. When you've got 3 points between first and third. I mean, we've had seasons where we've had 1 team run away with it, or season 18 we had 2 teams running away with it. But it's good to see there's actually 3 teams, and there's a lot. I mean, you've still got 4 league meetings to go, and there's outcomes that can, you could make either of those 3 teams. I mean, everyone's saying Wolves and Dragons, but don't discount Scorchers.
Yeah, so completely agree there. It's not over, so anything can happen. So with the BGP taking place on the same night, we're going to move on now to the SCS. And this one sees, as already mentioned, Tank as the wild card for this. Hadlington, your thoughts going this one? Of course, you see Heat 1. You're against our stand-in producer.
Yeah. Hopefully, I haven't done that many competitive races the last couple of weeks, but I've been doing the practice, and hopefully that ticks me over into this one. My aim is to try and make a final before the end of the season, and obviously stay in those qualifying positions. Hopefully I can do that again by scoring another double. I think I got 10 in the last 2 rounds, so if I can do that again, I'll be on my way to qualifying. So yeah,
of course, just looking to see where Cam and Rico go head to head, and who gets the Heat 17. They go head to head in that one. We're still waiting for that moment that they get 1 and 2 in Heat 1, or 1 and 4, or 1 and 3, or whatever it is, and someone's got to literally drop out of the meeting. Shads, your thoughts on the SCS going into this round at Norwich?
Yeah, like I said about the GP, there's only 3 riders really that realistically, like Kaney's missed the last round, he's missing this round, so he's obviously scuppered his chances. He's going to find it very difficult to make the top 3 now. Looking at Heat 4, where there's is it Heat 4? Yeah, Heat 4. You got Cam and JC coming up against each other in their first races. Heat 11, got Jan and JC, and you got Heat 16 with Cam and Jan. So that's going to be very interesting to watch. Now we're getting towards the end of the season. Only 3 rounds to go. Someone's going to have to make a move soon.
Just had a bit of breaking news, Shad. Sorry to intervene. Mackinnon is unavailable for Sunday.
Oh.
So that's the BGP Mackinnon's in. So of course unavailable for Mackinnon. So another blow for him. Sorry, Shad. Continue, my good sir.
Where was Mackinnon in the standings?
I think he was just below the top 10. I think.
Have a look. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Mackinnon. Yeah, he's 7 points behind, so obviously his chances are diminished.
Yeah.
So I'll score a point to go ahead of him.
I mean, starting. Well, I mean, he started with like 13 points and had a non-start, and then has only scored 8 in his last 2. So
Yeah.
It's,
Anyway,
yeah.
The
Let's go back.
SCS.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, like I said, three riders in with a chance. Everyone else just started looking for top 8 to get into next season. So even if they qualify, even if they're racing a qualifier, they've got like a safety net of the SCS. But to be honest with you, the SCS is not that difficult to qualify for. I think with the amount of people entering the last couple of seasons, I think it went down to about 14, 15 got in. So it's not too difficult. But no, it's going to be interesting to see how Jan and JC can. Neither of them can afford to miss a meeting. Neither of them can really afford to have a bad meeting. They have to be double figures or better. So we'll have to wait and see. I think this track might suit JC a bit better with his gating. He's consistently a pretty good gator. Apart from league meetings.
Well, I say, looking at the league table and of course that previous slide of the actual fixtures or the actual race program, a noticeable absentee is actually Big Slow Caney. So already advantage now for the ones below him. I think Scotty B, Wayne, and even yourself, Hadlington, a decent score in there, mate, and you could be right close to Big Slow Caney in 4th place there. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's a bit. I don't think I'll score 15 points in a round. I'll have to be going some. But no, it is obviously chance to catch up on Caney. 46 points just from 3 rounds is pretty decent, to be fair. But I think that gives Scotty. I mean, Tony takes one of the top 3 to have a bad meeting, and Scotty puts in another solid performance as we know he can, and he can be challenging for that top 3 spot rather than Cam.
I think you'd be looking just to sort of like consolidate and stay the top 11. I think 10 points ahead of Rico at the moment, who's in 12th.
Yeah.
So I think maybe 7-8 points a meeting should be enough to get you through. So you got like I say, you got that safety net for next season. So at least you know you'll definitely be in the SCS without having to worry about qualifying.
That is the plan.
Well, of course, JC, will he have his 5th consecutive grand final? Of course, he won the last round. He's been in every final this year, so hopefully, will he see another JC final? Do you think? Only time will tell.
Why not?
Only time will tell. Anyways,
him anyway. I think he'll do. I think he'll be okay as long as he's practiced. He was away, wasn't he? Was he away last week, or was it just for the weekend? I don't know how many laps he's done.
I think he was away for it. I'm not sure.
He was away for the 4TT. I know that. So we'll wait and see. But I don't think Jan and Cam are going to make it easy for him. I think they'll both be looking to. I mean, there's only 5 points between the top 3. So we'll wait and see. It's going to be an exciting end to the season. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. So, with the BGP and SCS rounds covered, our last bit of news will be the first leg of the grand final of this season's KO Cup. Now, unfortunately, there's no graphic for this one because it forgot to be sent. But I can confirm Tuesday, the 22nd at 9 p.m. So that's the first leg, I believe. Again, at Newcastle, yes. So Newcastle get the first leg, and then Powder Hall gets the second leg. Scissors there saying team news for you. Go for it, Sizz. Have you got news for us, mate?
Evening, gents.
Hi, Sizz.
Let me just put the radio on mute. I'm driving. I've just took Owen to take his bird bowling. Me and Owen are away next week.
Oh my God.
Limo does know. I have spoken to Limo about it because Limo is one of the nicer captains in the game. Yeah, me and Owen are not there this week. So if you do predictions, think about
that. Wow. So is it a guest for you and RR for Owen, or is it the other way around?
Don't know. Yeah, we have sorted it, but I ain't going to tell you that. I'm going to try and keep some of it fair.
Wow.
And we have got another 6 riders done.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Hey, Sizz, you got Haddon number 1, have you?
Second, mate, sorry.
You got Haddon at number 1.
Haddon's at number 1. That'll be stupid.
Yeah. Oh dear. But Sizz, what have we got you here, mate? It's been a great season for the Wolves this year. You've made Newcastle pretty much like a fortress. Going into the last sort of few rounds of the league, how are you? What's the team spirit like in the camp?
Really good. One meeting at a time, one race at a time. See what happens at the end.
Dare I say it? The Wolves and Dragons match can be quite tasty, isn't it?
Yeah. Just fence everybody. You know what I mean? If in doubt, just put them in the fence. Simple, eh? You know, we might.
Are you dodging that one? Are you dodging that one, Dan?
He won't
I'm
dodge
number
that
8,
one, mate.
I'm number 8, mate. So
I'll put it this way: if you watch back the 14 final, when you guys put Heppel in, all I put in the chat was Heppel's having it, and I aimed straight across, but the tip missed the gate.
oh dear.
Yeah, should be good. Should be good.
Yeah.
At least it's really competitive. There's 3 teams. I also don't. I think Panthers will win the next meeting. That's not. I haven't even had a drink today either, Shads. I'm taxi service, but I actually think the Panthers, they gave us a good run last week, and in the 4-team tournament, they showed a lot of will, should we say, to make an effort. Which was really good.
When we race our next meeting, that'll be our first home meeting for 8 weeks.
And who have you got?
I think we got the Spartans, I believe.
Easy win then, mate. Easy win, mate. They got Wolfie and his new best mate in there, are they? So you'll be all right, mate. He'll bottle it.
We'll see. And we got Spartans, and the last meeting of the season we got the Dragons. So we could be doing you a favour there.
If you need a guest, mate,
well, there might be some shenanigans going on. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see how the table looks in the last meeting, and then we might have to arrange something. I'll message you later, mate.
Yeah, we'll have a practice match in the week or something or whatever. Yeah, no worries.
As long as you stop the Dragons winning the league, we'll do whatever it takes as long as it's legal.
I'd even take the Scorchers win because I don't mind Limo and that. But the Dragons can't have that, mate.
We're allowed 2 guests, aren't we, in a meeting?
2.
Yeah, so we'll have a look down the averages and see who perform well at our place. Mind you, everyone's performed well at our place apart from us. So,
that's the point.
We'll sort something out. Okay, we'll do it for the greater good.
Because no one checks the IP addresses. We know that from last year's North team. So
no, we won't.
I can always change my name.
Everything's going to be above board. You're allowed to have guests. Everything's going to be above board. We're not going to race as other people. We're not going to be, obviously. We're not even trying to lower averages. Most of us have lowered our averages without even trying. So no, we'll speak again, mate. Okay.
Good lad. Have a good evening, gents. I want to go and park my car and get some petrol.
Cheers, says.
You know, boys.
What a boy. So I know that Haddington, you're part of the Wolves this season. So I'm going to put Shads, your thoughts, predictions for the first leg.
Well, that news from Sizzlers scuppered what I was going to say earlier. Obviously, they're going to have to get a guest in. Who that's going to be, we don't know. I'm going to have to look down. Obviously, you've got four teams not racing this week, so they've got a good, decent choice to have. I'm going to have to look down the averages and see who rode well at Newcastle this season. I know it won't be any of our team. I don't think any of our team have been asked, so we'll have to wait and see. I've got a sneaky feeling they're going to go for Limo. So I think he did pretty well from memory at Newcastle. I think he likes Newcastle. So maybe Limo might not be a bad guess.
Limo rides for the team, you clown.
Oh, is he? Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. Not Limo. Did I say Limo?
Yeah.
I meant Ryan.
Oh.
Or is he disappeared?
What was that? Sorry, say that again.
It's so difficult to make a prediction when you don't know who the bloody team's going to be.
You'll have to see.
I mean, we ran you pretty close. We ran you pretty close at home. I mean, we only lost by 10 points, but I think Dortmund are obviously going to be a lot better than us.
I hate Newcastle.
I've ridden at Powder Hall this season. I think looking down your team, I think you can do pretty well there.
Yeah, we most of our riders have rode there obviously before and rode well there. So. Yeah, my view to the team was if we get a win, we get a win. Let's keep it as close as possible for the second leg.
I think you'll do pretty well in the second leg. So Scorchers are going to
it'll be a good match.
Really close. Yeah.
2 top teams.
Hopefully we've got a stream. We've got a stream coming as well. If not for both legs, definitely for one of the legs. Obviously, the second leg would be better to stream.
I think that the plan is potentially for the second leg to be streamed. So that's the plan.
I'm in
Woolacombe. I'm in Woolacombe where I don't get a phone signal, never mind an internet signal.
Wow.
We'll wait and see.
Yeah. We'll wait and see.
Should be a good day.
It's always last minute with us, isn't it? The media team.
But yeah, should be a good meeting, gents.
Yeah.
Enjoy
Thanks
your
for popping
holiday.
in, Sis. Oh, brilliant. So with that breaking news from Sis, well, it certainly puts the KO Cup first leg into unknown territory. You know, can the Wolves hang on with their guests, and how close can the Scorchers keep it, and then vice versa at the second leg.
You don't know who's running for Scorchers, though, do you?
That's a thing, yeah. Very true. Very true.
They've had a few missing in meetings.
Yeah, absolutely. So with that all being said, looking ahead to next week's show, we will have the reviews from Norwich. We will have the KO Cup first leg review, and then it is back to league action for week 14, where the run to the title certainly hots up. So don't forget to catch the replay of this podcast. It'll be on 8 p.m. On the YouTube page. So check that out if you get a chance to. Don't forget all our social medias. Obviously the Twitter, Facebook, website itself, Discord on here as well for all your informations. And yeah, just check it out. So with that being said, we can wrap up tonight's show. So we'll say a good night and all the best for the weekend, Hadlington.
Thank you very much, and good night all.
A good night and best of luck for the weekend, Shads.
Thank you. Good night, fellas.
And it's a good night from me, Chester. We will see you all back here next week for episode 66 of All Four Back. Until then, enjoy your racing, and we'll see you all back here next week. Peace out.